Hi everyone, I'm MaryAnn. I'm a visual artist and voice coach from Singapore, here in Singapore. And welcome to day 9 of my 100-day creative vlog project, where for the next 91 more days I will be sharing what I've learned from the creative process, about the creative process and from the creative process, about the artist's journey, about self-expression, about following your dreams, following your heart, pursuing your passion, all these things that I'm really passionate about talking about. All these things I'm passionate about talking about, and and I hope that you gain something useful from this video series in the next few months and years to come. So this is a passion project of mine. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. This is kind of a dream of mine also, to start a vlog and to start sharing some of these things that I've learned and that I have realized over the years. But it's it's required me to work up a lot of courage to actually just do it, because I'm actually a very shy person, or at least I grew up that way. And I don't like seeing myself on camera, and generally I have this fear that I will always say the wrong thing, and so I tend to keep quiet, especially when I'm around people who I perceive to know more than me, or seem like they are more important and more authoritative than me. But this is my chance here to overcome these fears that I have, because all these fears that we have, they're not real. They're usually just these almost like figments of our imagination, really. But the fact is, they are there, they are real to us, and it is up to us to push through and to want to challenge them and to create a different reality for ourselves, because ultimately in this life, you're pursuing something, right? Like, whether you know it or not, you are going after something. And a lot of times what gets in the way of us achieving that thing, whether it's our dream, our goals, whatever that is that matters to you, are these fears that we have within us. So I guess I inadvertently started talking about this without realizing. So the idea for this 100-day video project came about because, coincidentally, like on the day that I decided that, okay, I'm gonna start doing my vlog, I'm gonna do a weekly thing, once a week, just publish it and keep it simple, right? Wrong. Because on that very morning that I decided that I was gonna start doing this vlog and start recording, I came across Michelle Polar, because she's a guest on a podcast that I have not ever listened to any of these podcasts, but they're called The Unmistakable Creative. I've read some of his blogs on the website, but anyway, I got a notification and I saw that Michelle Polar was his guest, and it was all about fear. So what was in the blurb about her was that she did a 100-day project where over 100 days she faced one of her fears, and she recorded the whole process on video, and apparently that changed her entire life, because now she makes a living from this, and I think she recently just released a book as well. So it got me thinking that I have these fears, right, of being on camera, of talking to people, of sharing what I know, because I always second guess myself, and I have a lot of self-doubt, and a lot of shyness and performance anxiety. But anyway, that's besides the point. So the point is that I have these fears, right, and I decided that I'm gonna do this for 100 days to overcome whatever these fears and whatever these excuses that I have towards actually publishing my blog and actually doing it. So for 100 days, there's no backing out. There's no way for me to talk myself out of this, because every single day a video needs to be up. Like, even if it's bad, even if the topic doesn't resonate with anyone, I just have to do it. So I guess what I'm saying is, when it comes to fear, right, when it comes to our internal obstacles, which usually has to do with fear, one of the ways to conquer it, when you realize what it is to just face it. So I think, I might be paraphrasing here, but what I read up on Michelle Polar, she said fear is something that we need to kind of befriend, because it is a part of us. Our fears, even though they are not, even though they may not be logical at times, they are a part of us, and they are a very ingrained part of us. And part of the way to overcome them is to actually befriend them and to understand what they're really about. And only then can you start to only when you have a deeper understanding of what your fear is really about, then you can start to take some action to push your boundaries a little bit and overcome whatever fear that is. So for me personally, I have always wanted to, kind of be a speaker or an instructor, but I always felt that, I don't have anything worth sharing. So by doing 100 days, I'm kind of pushing my limit a lot here, because a weekly vlog is kind of pretty attainable, I think. But over 100 days, it's like I have to trust, right? So one is that I have to trust myself and trust that, whatever I'm sharing comes from a place that is real and that is authentic. And I don't have time to plan out a lot of these vlogs as a result of 100-day commitment. So I guess what I'm saying is, if there's something that you've always been wanting to do and you have been having a very hard time trying to get yourself to get started because of these fears that you have and these internal barriers that you have, it might be good to start doing a project around it, such that best case scenario, every single day you do something related to this thing. So that you push your limit and you overcome it. Like I had a coaching client once who was a very shy guy, and he decided that he wanted to be more sociable, and he wanted to get to know more people and have more friends, and as a result he also wanted to be able to ask women out so that he could finally have a girlfriend. So every single day for 30 days of his project, he set himself the goal of befriending a stranger. So every day he would go out and talk to a total random stranger and see what happens from there. And he did it for 30 days. And as a result, he became more comfortable with himself, with speaking to strangers. And he eventually, finally got his very first girlfriend. Yay! So I guess what I'm saying is, if there's something you're afraid of, one of the best ways to push past that fear is to just keep pushing, facing it, and to keep putting yourself up to the challenge of getting familiar with it. And the only way to get familiar with it is to do that thing which scares you, and to make sure that you get past it. And if you really need someone to help you, get a friend to do it together with you. Get a friend to be there to support you, or work with a coach to make sure that someone is there to support you through this process. Because that's the only way we can grow, that's the only way we can learn something new about ourselves, that's the only way we can push past our limits and our comfort zone and ultimately get to the goals and the dreams that really matter to us. So if you have questions about the creative process, about the artist journey, about self-expression, about going after your dreams, and whatever I've been talking about over the last 9 days, feel free to ask them in the comments, or if you're shy, DM me. My social media and email and other links are available in the write-up attached to these videos. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you, and I will see you tomorrow.